be activated to rule and subdue the earth.
God can commit into your hand an agenda of reformation, but will never commission you to execute it until you are transformed. So you can carry an agenda of reformation, but will never be commissioned to start it by God until the career of the agenda for reformation becomes transformed himself. Do you know the problem of Africa? It is men and women who are leading reformation who are not transformed themselves. It is a man who wants to reform a nation who is not transformed himself. Men and women who become eternal legacies are men and women who were transformed in their lifetime.
Now, today's message.
What you need is a mindset. Listen to how Jesus put it. Whom do men say that I am? Some say, whom do you say that I am? Silence. Then Peter says, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus says, flesh and blood has not revealed. This thing you are saying is a revelation. Is a revelation. Thou art Peter. Upon this revelation, I will build my church. So the church is built on a revelation of the Christ. That means the entire church, if it will move forward. Revelation. Now look at what Jesus said. He says, and the gate of hell shall not prevail against the church of revelation. The gate of hell. That revelation, Jesus said, flesh and blood has not revealed to you. That means, Peter, this idea, whatever it is that you have said, this one is not coming from here. Now, can you imagine if everything you are saying and doing is not coming from here? Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine? Jesus says the gate of hell shall not prevail. So if it's prevailing, maybe I'm building with things that are from here. But the devil has been condemned to eat sand. If you are building with blocks, cement, everything that can be eaten by serpent, he may prevail. The gate of hell shall not prevail because you are saying something that is not flesh and blood. What you need is a mindset. What you need is a mindset. We've been quoting this since we started this church. Do you know what will happen to your life when you get a revelation that my destiny is to have dominion? So anything that doesn't look like this, smell like this, taste like this, I don't accept it. You fight. You don't lie down and say, maybe it's God's will. No, you know his will. He says this. You don't lie down and say, who knows? God's ways are crooked. No, they say that. They say that in God's ways are crooked. It's not straightforward. So you hit your head here, no, hit your head, but God is leading you. No. You know his will. But you see, we are still quoting it. It's still intellectual. But Jesus said, flesh and blood has not revealed this. If you and I can take delivery of something that is not flesh and blood, he says, even the gate of hell, they can remove your liver, you will still be living. They can remove your heart and you will still be living. Whatever they will diagnose or call or what is inconsequential. Your life is not dependent on that. You are living off something that is not flesh and blood. Can you imagine what will happen if I build my finances on something that is not flesh and blood? Build my marriage on that. He said, this one, my father revealed it to you, Peter. And if you ask Peter, when did it happen? At what point? Did you hear the father? Did he say anything? How? Peter will say, I'm just talking. For us to know he was just talking, right after that, he says something and he says, I can't even hear me, Satan. Hey! When did I become Satan? I was sharing something yesterday, just briefly, and then we'll get back to this. You know, sometimes God talks to you and you say, oh, I feel like something is saying, God, we don't know him. We don't know his voice. It happened to Samuel. Someone was sleeping and he heard Samuel. He got up and you know where he went? Eli. Samuel. That means the thing was so natural, he thought it was Eli. Just like you think it's your mind and it's God talking to you. He thought it was Eli. And you think it's your mind. So you don't do anything about it. And look at what happens. As long as Samuel doesn't respond, God doesn't continue. So because you are not responding because you think it's your own mind, look at the things that happened to you that you could have avoided, but you didn't know it was the Lord. In fact, the verse before that, the Bible says, Samuel did not yet know the Lord because the word of the Lord had not been revealed to him. He didn't know the Lord because the word hadn't been revealed. God calls him, but 3 times. Then finally the Bible says, and the Lord God came and stood and called like at times. He came to stand and call him. And this time, because Eli had told him, respond, say, here I am, Lord, thy servant here. Speak, Lord, thy servant here. And then Samuel said that, and that's the only thing he said. From there, God to go. God talked that till he finished everything and left. So all he was waiting for was a response. And because Samuel is not responding, you won't tell him what next. Because if he tells him, it will be wasted. I'm calling you, you think is Eli. Should I continue saying? I'm calling you, you think it's your own mind. Should I continue talking? What do you think is your own mind? Will you do something with it? And God's word is valuable, it's precious. So God never spoke until the guy responded. And when he responded, he went on and on and on. This same Samuel that God calls and he's running to Eli. Continue reading. The Bible says, and the Lord established him. And the Lord was with him. The guy grew, and not one of his words fell to the ground. The same guy was struggling to hear from God. Now, not one of his words. That means he was accurately capturing everything God was saying for his life. Established as a prophet. He could have given up. Some of you, if that thing happens to you, that will be it. Because the Bible said the guy was coming to sleep, and he lay down to sleep. You sleep when you are feeling sleepy, isn't it? And then a voice comes, Samuel, and then you go to Eli. You are thinking it's him. And he says, I've not called you. By the time you are returning, you are frowning already. And then you lie down and he calls again. And you go again, he says, please, I didn't call you. By now you are getting angry. And then it happens again. And the guy goes back. But look at what the Bible says. The Bible says, and someone rose up and ran to Eli. Ran to him. Did you call me, sir? He says, no. Go and lie down. I didn't call. Then he went to lie down. And then he came again and he went. He came again and he went. Some of you would have just, hey! Scattered everything in the church. You have been so angry. The guy was sleeping in the church. Who is joking with me? I want to sleep. Who is it? And then he had an encounter with God. And this guy became, for 40 years, such an oak of a prophet that in his reign, Israel didn't need an army. One man was enough defense for his city.